Hello, in this session I am going to explain about basics of powder X-ray diffraction. Content of this video sessions are introduction about the X-ray powder diffraction method, principle, Bragg's law, theory about the X-ray diffraction, applications and conclusion. Let me start with first introduction about the X-ray powder diffraction method. X-ray powder diffraction is a rapid analytical technique primarily used for phase identification of a crystalline material and can provide information on unit cell dimensions. The wavelength of X-ray are similar to the distance between atoms. Powder X-ray diffraction techniques uses this principle to elucidate the crystalline nature of materials. About the fundamental principles of X-ray powder diffraction. X-ray diffraction is based on constructive interference of monochromatic X-ray and a crystalline sample. These X-rays are generated by a cathode ray tube filtered to produce monochromatic radiation, collimated to concentrate and directed toward the sample. For every set of crystal planes, one or more crystals will be in the correct orientation to give the correct Bragg angle to satisfy Bragg's equation. Each diffraction line is made up of a large number of small spots, each from a separate crystal. Each spot is so small as to give the appearance of a continuous line. Every crystal plane is thus capable of diffraction. Now one question in your mind, that what information do we get or can we get from powder XRD? First, it is lattice parameters, phase identity, phase purity, crystallinity, crystal structure as well as percent phase composition. Next, try to understand about the Bragg's law. Look at the figure. Constructive interference of the reflected beams emerging from two different planes will take place if the path length of two rays is equal to whole number of wavelengths. For constructive interference, formula is 2d sin theta equal to n lambda, where n is the order of reflection, d be the plane spacing and theta is the Bragg angle. This is called the Bragg's law. The angle between the diffracted beam and the transmitted beam is always 2 theta, which is usually measured. About the theory of X-ray diffraction. The powdered sample generates the concentric cones of diffracted X-rays because of the random orientations of the crystallines in the sample. Hence, instead of the sample generating only single diffraction spots, it generates cones of diffracted X-rays with the point of all the cones at the sample. The powder diffracts the X-rays in accordance with Bragg's law to produce the cones of diffracted beams. These cones intersect a strip of photographic film located in the cylindrical camera to produce a characteristic set of arcs on the film. When the film is removed from the camera, flattened and proceed, it shows the diffraction lines and the holes for the incident and transmitted beams. The X-ray pattern of a pure crystalline substance can be considered as a fingerprint, with each crystalline material having within limits a unique diffraction pattern. The experimental arrangement of powder crystal method is shown in the figure. Its main features are, look at the figure. A is a source of X-rays which can be made monochromatic by a filter. Allow the X-ray beam to fall on the powder specimen P through the slits S1 and S2. The function of these slits is to get a narrow pencils of X-rays. Fine powder P struck on a hair of by means of gum is suspended vertically in the axis of a cylindrical camera. This enables sharp lines to be obtained on the photographic film which is surrounding the powder crystal in the form of a circular arc. The X-rays are falling on the powder passes out the camera through a cut in the film so as to minimize the fogging produced by the scattering of the direct beam. As the sample and detector are rotated, the intensity of the reflected X-rays is recorded. When the geometry of the incident X-rays impinging the sample satisfies the Bragg equation, constructive interference occurs and a peak in intensity occurs. A detector records and processes this X-ray signal and converts the signal to a count rate which is then output to a device such as a printer or computer monitor. Next, applications of the X-ray. Structure of crystal can be easily found with the help of X-ray. Polymer characterization, state of anneal in metals, particle size determination, application of diffraction method to complexes, and various miscellaneous applications are from the XRD. Conclusion about this video session is that for materials including metals, minerals, plastics, pharmaceuticals and semiconductors, XRD apparatus provide highly accurate tools for non-destructive analysis. The diffraction systems are also supported by an extensive range of application software. Thank you very much.